Hey guys, welcome back. We're going to have a conversation that brings you to the big boy table. It's coming up next. Hey guys, welcome back. Happy Monday. This is MTG Mox Man there. Hope you guys had an awesome weekend. I love seeing everyone on the live stream last night. That was totally cool. So, today's conversation, for those of you who are new to the channel, make sure you smash that subscribe button before we get started. Smash that subscribe. Alright, let's get to that 4,000 subscribers and help this channel grow, and then we get to have pie. Alright, now, serious conversation. Welcome back to the big boy table. Now, when I say the big boy table, I'm talking Power 9. I'm talking the big prices. The prices people like dream about having. Some of us in the background here, you can see, are lucky enough to have if we held on that long. Even if they're beat up, they're real, they're well loved. But for those who want to buy these cards, who hope to one day attain a power card from Magic the Gathering's history, that is a crazy thing to behold, isn't it? To think you've spent that kind of money or dedicate that many trades and effort to getting there. So let's take a look at how those prices are going, how they affect the market going forward, and what we can expect from these cards in the next 24 months. It's always less than 24 months, by the way. These prices have been jumping all over. All right, we are going to start off today with Mox Pearl. Now, Mox Pearl has buys and sells, of course. They are very slow. As with all power cards, sales of this magnitude are harder for me to track because they happen at further and further intervals because the prices are so high. But when they happen, they cause spikes wherever they go because the prices are continuing to go up. When you take a look there and you see Mox Amber and you say, hey, somebody's got it for 3,000, 6,000, and 5,000. Okay, depending on the condition, the type. I mean, I could have gone lower and gotten you guys some collector edition, which I did include in some of the video here, because you can find collector edition ones for around 1,500 to 2 grand. But I have to include as much as I can. So I didn't get every single price you may find. And I've checked my local places. 401 Games actually has a moderately played Mox Pearl in stock. It's $4,400 though. So locally here in Toronto, you might be able to find that. But these prices are high, everyone. So places like eBay might be cheaper to get depending on where you're looking, okay? Now, sales-wise, when you see the things that are selling versus what's over here for the sales are sporadic. You can see there's a collector edition for $1,200. Then there was one for like $3,000 change. And then there was another collector edition. So people are still buying it regularly at the lower price of collector edition marketability, which I have no problem with. I myself own collector edition copies as part of my power collection. I love them. I use them all the time, okay? I'm not going to tournaments right now, so I don't have to worry about that kind of stuff. I'm happy with what I have, and most of your play group probably will be too, because you spent a lot of money to get that collector edition card. So, Mox Pearl, you're doing very well, and let's face it, it's power. All these prices only go up, not down, although they may take longer to go up. When they spike, they go up quite a lot. I remember only like a year and a bit ago, you know, being a Mox Pearl collector edition being like $400, $500. So look where we've been. All right. Now, when we take a look at our next one, which is going to be Mox Ruby, you're going to see Mox Ruby sales as well as, of course, what is selling. Now, what is selling online, you're seeing the 4,000, 4,000, 5,000 for the one rated card they had there. Guys, this is a lot of money. You're getting, when you see the big boys like this for moderately played, this is a lot of money. $5,000 Canadian. Okay, that means US, you're talking what? 30, 39, give or take, right? Depending on the exchange rate. It's still a lot of money. And when I look at the sales figures and I say, oh my God, there's one for like $1,300 for a collector edition. Then you see prices just go up and up, but these are all collector. If I went higher, I could have got you guys some sales figures showing like $12,000 sales for some betas that went through, but I wanted to be realistic and show the lower end and then just talk about the higher end. When you're getting into graded slab copies of these guys, these are cards that are not going to be played anymore. We're talking a lot of money, like $10,000 plus cards, okay? It is crazy to think about that we're going there, but I can easily see Moxes hitting 20 grand in the next 5 years. I just can. For near mint copies of Unlimited, absolutely. For betas, double it. For alpha, double it again. You're going to see alphas go over 100,000. It's going to happen. It's crazy to think about, I know. And I'm not talking like BGS 10 perfect, which are already kind of there. I'm talking reasonable copies are still going to go that high because there's just so few out there now. So Ruby, way to go. You're ridiculously priced, and we love it. because of course I have some of these cards, so it is kind of cool to see. Now, when we go to Mox Sapphire, which is usually the most desirable Mox in the collection, because blue also holds 3 of the power cards in Power 9. You can see here 6,000, 7,000, 6,000, okay? Which I don't consider, like, it's not as out of whack as some of the pearls and emeralds and stuff you'll see, because this was already kind of high, so it didn't jump as much as some of the other ones. The other ones just got to catch up, so it's kind of cool. And then sales figures wise, when you see the 2,400, that's a collector edition. Then there's a collector edition. And then there's 31,000 for a BGS 9.5. But guys, it's 31,000 jump. Think about how many collector edition copies you could get for that 31 grand. But if somebody's a collector and they want a high rated card for their collection, that's what this person spent on March 30th. $31,000 as like a best offer. Let's say they took 25 even, or whatever they may have taken for it. You know it was a lot of money because it's a premium graded card. Okay, when we're at the big boy table here, we are talking tens of thousands of dollars. Even a year ago it was less, guys. You can get beat up Moxes for $2,500. That's not the case anymore. Don't expect any of these prices to really fall at all. They may go stagnant, but Mox's power cards, they don't usually go backwards at all. So if you're looking at a safe investment choice from a guy who has I have no ability to give you investment advice. I have no qualifications or certifications from Magic U University, nothing. But I would buy them if I could. If I could get more, I would. Okay? Now, Mox Emerald, when we take a look at the good old Mox Emerald here, you can see sales figure wise, somebody's trying to sell one for 15 grand to 10 grand, and then a 637, but that's a bidding one, okay? So it's still going. Like, you got lots of time left on that one. Whereas when we take a look at sales figures wise, 8,000, and then you see the $1,600 one, then you're gonna see a 12,000. You see those the $8,000 one and the 12,000. Look at the money. That's a lot of cash coming out of somebody's pocket to get the big boy table seat. You want to come sit at the big boy table? You're gonna spend big bucks to get there. A lot of us are hovering around some smaller reserve list cards, but there are lots of players out there who are sitting at the big boy table, who have stepped up to spend that kind of money for the game they love. If you love this game enough and you want a real card, trading, buying, selling, you have a high enough income to just buy these cards for yourself, it's up to you. The sky's the limit. You own the card, right? After it's yours, it's like watching a diamond or any other investment grow. It just keeps going up. So I can't see any of these cards shrinking back down anytime soon. Now, the next one we're going to show here, of course, is Mox Jet. Mox Jet is one of the least desirable, which is kind of weird. I've always liked Mox Jet. But when you take a look there at 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, the one's for graded card. 4,900, but it has the ability to put a best offer in. And then when you take a look at sales figures wise, right, you can see 1,700 for a collector edition. Then you're going to see like the higher $12,000 for the graded ones, right? You can spend some serious money buying these cards. We all know that. But it's fascinating to me to see that after you watch the sales kind of piece together over the period of 30, 60 days, you can start seeing a trend of which ones sell, which ones were overpriced and sat in the market longer, just like an overpriced house. You can see which ones sell and move. And I'm telling you, all these cards, sooner or later, they sell. Just like a good house in a good neighborhood, this is what you get. And when you buy one of these cards, there is just something about the pride of having one after you get one that is just, it's a very hard to attain feeling, because you're like, I've got one of the power cards, man. Even if it's just one, you have one. That's why a lot of people will sell even for collector edition, right? Now, when we take a look off the boxes and we start going to my favorite artwork, Time Walk. Now, Time Walk, you can see for what's selling, look at that, 2,000, 2,000, and 4,000, because 2 of those are collector edition. Now, I have 3 copies of collector edition Time Walks myself. One has trim corners, 2 do not. I paid like $50 back then. When I see this now, 2,400, I'm like, that's a lot of money. And then there's a heavily played copy for 4,600. You see there on your screen. And then sold copies, 7,000 and 9,000. You're like, ah! Don't be shocked. Nobody should be shocked at these prices. Anyone who plays this game knows these cards cost a fortune. But what's really interesting is when you check out any of the stores' buy lists, a lot of the stores had to step up and really raise their buy list, even try to attract power cards in there. Because there are players locally who want these cards, but they want to be able to feel it and hold it before they put down their money. I'm one of those type of players. I will not usually buy these kind of things from an eBay type site unless the person's got super high feedback, like thousands and thousands of feedback. Then I consider buying from them. A lot of times I like to see it in the store. I like to hold it, touch it, look it over myself, okay? Time Walk, epic card. Come on, 2 casting for an extra turn, just godly. Now, another one, because it's commander usable, we're talking Time Twister. I remember buying my Time Twister for like 75 bucks. When I see now the collector editions are like 2,300 and Time Twister starts at 10,000 and up for unlimited copy, you can see why the alternate versions like the Aeons and stuff and Time Spiral are going up, because if people can't get a real Time Twister, they're going to settle for one of the alternate versions to put in their commander decks. Because think about it, if you put this in your deck, it's immediately a $10,000 deck, immediately, before you've done anything. That's crazy. Now, sales figures wise, look at that. One went for $9,400, and you see the other one there went for $21,000 for a graded copy. I'm not surprised at all. I'm really not. I saw some of this stuff coming a couple of years ago when I saw just them starting to creep up. It's because it was usable in a format other than vintage and legacy type deal. 93, 94, of course, you can play this stuff in, but being able to play it in Commander, even if it's just the Time Twister, really makes it just epic for some players to be able to use their cards in a more readily available format, I guess. Amazing. Gonna see this card keep climbing, by the way. The trend is still going up on Time Twister, so it's still got a ways to go. Curious to see if it hits that 50,000, 60,000 mark. Now, when we take out Ancestral Recall, okay, now this one again, I saw a lot of copies that were collector edition going for that 1,000 mark to $2,000, but sales figures wise, anything that's a real Ancestral Recall is really hovering in there at around that like $6,000 to like $12,000 mark for an unlimited to a beta, and unlimiteds I couldn't find any right now. But guys, it's a lot. And again, you're not finding a lot of these cards locally right now. They're already in collectors' hands or high-end stores, okay? It's a lot of money, I understand. But I think it's fascinating to talk about this stuff and see where these cards have come from. I used to complain them being 50 bucks as a kid. To see it now being tens of thousands of dollars, it shows where this game can go as an investment mode or vehicle to get you there. Yeah, the taxes kind of freak me out now and something like that, but it's amazing to see. So, way to go, Ancestral Recall. There's a reason why you're one of the top tier cards that somehow I forgot on my top 25 list. Now, our last card to talk about. That's right, you know it, boys and girls. Black Lotus, the big boy, the bad boy of comedy. This card, epic. Now, collector editions are between the $8,000 to $10,000 mark for a collector edition. $8,000 to $10,000. For a real unlimited, even a beat up one, there is an auction going right now on eBay where it sits around $12,000. This is the last day right now for it. Everything else starts at $25,000 and up now. Okay? $250,000. $25,000 up to get one. That's what it costs. So, even my beat up copies gotta be like $8,000, $9,000, which is ridiculous. I saw it last night in the live stream. It's like got water damage and stuff from me playing and spilling drinks and stuff. It's beat up, but that's what they're going for. And collector edition, if it's near mint, you're talking $8,000 to $9,000 to $10,000. This is crazy. Now, on the other hand, though, I want to show you one more of the sales ones. That one. All right. When you see here, see that $25,000 one? That's been sitting for a while. The $25,000 one you're going to see at the bottom screen here, that's been sitting for a little while. It hasn't moved. So I don't see a lot of people wanting to grab onto a Lotus at that price. Now, I realize this was a lot of data and information to go over, but the point is any power card is not going down. Collector edition copies seem very acceptable for a lot of players because they're selling regularly, which may be a cheaper alternative for those who want to get into it, but get in a lower value range. For those who want to save for one of the big boys, well, you can wait for deals to appear. If there's a lull in the market, it will trend down. But start saving now and start prepping yourself up for that massive purchase of $5,000, $6,000, okay, for a really beat up copy. That's the way it's going to be, boys and girls. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for tuning in. Please leave your questions, comments, concerns below. And remember, smash that subscribe button. Support the Mox, man. Help the channel grow to 4,000. We're going to get there. All right, everyone? Have a great day today. This was MTG Mox, man. Thanks for tuning in with me. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great one. That's right. We're going to see $100,000, $200,000, $500,000, $1,000,000. It is going to be crazy. Today's shout out is not just for the patrons. It's for all the regular viewers and the patrons and, of course, our friend Pi. because at 4,000 subscribers, we get pie. I can't wait for pie. Shop smart, shop S-smart. You got that? Hi guys, I just wanted to use a phrase for you, okay? H O L D T H E L I N E. Hold the line. It actually matched up perfectly. Couldn't help myself. Have a great one, guys.